Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to ask you guys a question. Are we about to embark on a resurgence of AAA action games that's not Soulsborne games? Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I mean, Front Software have been knocking it out of the park for the past couple of years when it comes to this style of gameplay. Gamers just resonate with it. It gives you that old school, difficulty in studying your opponents or your enemies' patterns. And once you actually defeat that type of enemy, you kind of feel rewarded because you spent that time and effort and got that muscle memory down to a T. And also with the exploration and the custom builds of your characters, and you can pretty much set up challenges for yourself, and people will resonate with that. And just like most gaming mechanics, or when a game become popular that a studio had cracked the code of a particular gameplay style, you're also going to start having clones of these particular type of games, and pretty much they had set a trend, and now studios follow these trends, and then now you have a whole industry just inflated or just bloated with these type of gameplay styles, and they kind of make gaming or the AAA games kind of stale, because if you played one, you pretty much played them all, or you can just look at the game and you can know that as a Soulsborne game. Now, me in particular, I'm not really into Soulsborne games. I tried them, I keep buying them and not resonating with them. But the only way you can actually get me to play a Soulsborne game is if you attach a Soulsborne type of game to an IP that I recognize and that I enjoy the most, especially like when it came to Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy. I played the game. I actually enjoyed it because it's Final Fantasy but Soulsborne style. Got all your class systems, and plus I love playing co-op. So me and my brothers were able to play a Soulsborne kind of game with co-op. And then of course, many people will argue and debate whether or not Stellar Blade is like a Souls-like type of game, but to me, it feels like a Souls-like game, and that's the only reason why I bought it, because one, it got that futuristic aesthetic. It reminded me of Nier Automata, and I love the character designs and the world itself, so that's what made me want to go in there and actually play Stellar Blade. But I'm still slugging through it because I am just not good at these type of games. Now, people can say it's a skill issue, and of course it's a skill issue, but these games just isn't for me. And every time I start to see games that look interesting, and then the moment I start seeing the gameplay, I'm like, oh my god, here we go again, another Souls game. But now that we're starting to move on, and now we're here in 2025, Sony just recently had a state of play. Many can argue that it wasn't good. I streamed it with my boy LG. You can definitely check out the stream archive if you want to see or hear my opinions about it. But there was a particular game, or there was two games that were actually announced, or revealed, or I wouldn't say revealed. You had one game that people recognize, which was the Soul Aside game that's created by a Chinese studio. They got people really excited, a nice action game. And then we were introduced to a new action game called Tides of Annihilation. Now, Tides of Annihilation looks actually pretty cool. And guess what? It's actually an action game, something that people are dying to have and dying to get their hands on, which started raising a lot of questions with the social media itself, especially when Roofamonger himself had posted up in a tweet saying that, hey, is action games coming back? Are we about to experience a resurgence? I'm paraphrasing what he's saying, but that's pretty much what the gist of it is. And you start to see other people within social media saying the same exact thing, especially with the past couple of titles that have been action games. This is something that people have been yearning for a very long time, since Soulsborne games have pretty much took over the narrative as far as these action games or these action RPGs are concerned. So in this video, I definitely want to just give you my thoughts on what I think about Tides of Annihilation, and also my thoughts on whether or not that hack and slash or just hardcore action games that we experienced back way back now, are we about to start seeing a resurgence in that? So before we even dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. Now, the funny thing about it is, it's crazy how we starting to see China really taking the lead. First you have China, then you have Korean studios, and then Japanese, which always led the eastern side of game development, has been, doing their thing, but they have been lagging behind. And now China's coming in, Korea's coming in, and they've really been showing their ass. And now when it comes to China, we already had dealt with Black Myth Wukong, which was like kind of like a Soulsborne type of game. And now they're about to show off that, hey, we can actually also do more action heavy games, character action games that people resonate with. Games like when it comes to like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, and also like action RPGs like Nier Automata, these type of games that people really enjoy. And now China is about to hunker down on this even more when it comes to Tides of Annihilation. Now, when it comes to this type of game, when it was first revealed, when I first saw it, I didn't know what to expect from it.
It'll be a Souls game.
You and this hate for Souls.
And they're doing it. They're overdoing it. I don't like. I can't play those games. I don't want to play those games. Like.
And then, as we started really getting into the reveal of the game, I kept saying to myself, "Oh no, here we go again, another Soulsborne game." But I was completely wrong when I saw it. It was actually a full-on action game, which we'll get into the gameplay in a bit. But looking at the aesthetic, looking at the visuals, the game looks stunning. It looks beautiful, simply gorgeous. And the thing is, this game is pretty much building off the foundation of European type of culture, because the game takes place in London, and also is going to dive in a bit of the Arthurian mythology. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, that deals with more like the Merlin, Knights of the Round, and everything like that, which is going to be pretty cool. But look at the characters, man. The characters look stunning. The world looks fantastical. So this is actually going to be a treat for gamers to actually get into and look forward to, from the stuff that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. Now, so let's get into the story and its themes. Now, of course, as we have seen, as we talked about, and I just mentioned a couple seconds ago, is that when it comes to this game, Tides of Annihilation, is borrowing a lot of its themes from European culture and also Arthurian legends or mythology, which we talked about just a couple seconds ago, where we're going to start seeing a lot of things from even Merlin, Knights of the Round, and many of those mythological creatures. So it's more of a, I guess you could say, European type god of war when we start seeing some of those elements meshed together. But the main protagonist is named Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn has stumbled upon a mysterious power that allowed her to summon the noble knights, or the Knights of the Round, at her beck and call, to help her fight off this ward of enemies that pretty much came in and besieged this fictional version of London itself. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how all this work out. And of course, with its gameplay style, which is going to be that looks pretty interesting, she has to save her family, and she has to save the city of London itself. So in order to do that, she has to fight against the demigod of Avalon. And each demigod that she defeats, which they talked about, is going to be over like 30 bosses, which is going to be quite interesting. And over these 30 bosses, there's going to be a lot of pattern recognitions to memorize, and they're going to make sure, and he promised to make it as challenging and as difficult as possible, to give veteran players who play these action games some kind of a challenge. So I can't wait to see when the game comes out, or when we start seeing some gameplay, to see what type of combos that you can pretty much pull off when it comes to the game. And speaking of combos, they also allow for, I guess you would say, custom type combos to suit your play style. So every player who play as Gwendolyn and has the control over the Knights of the Round can be able to accomplish all these different type of feats, create their own type of custom combo system that we have also seen in games like Devil May Cry. Those of you guys who love these character action games, you'll be right at home diving right into it. So, and me, I'm gonna definitely give the game a try. I love how the game looks aesthetically. It looks aesthetically pleasing. And character action games normally not my type of games, but like I said, if you give me a crazy, or give me a pretty good world to invest myself in, and I love these type of aesthetics, because I love Eastern aesthetics when it comes to game design, then you can pull me right in to give these type of character action games a try. So I'm definitely looking forward to how they're able to accomplish all this when it comes to this gameplay and also the story itself. I definitely want to know more about the story. An 11-minute gameplay trailer that's out there that many outlets have been playing the game, showing you how the games play and everything like that. And I'm also curious to see, will there be other characters besides Gwendolyn that may have a part to play in the game. Even in DMC5, you was able to play as other characters that's within the game. So I wonder if there's going to be certain segments within the game where you're able to play as other characters. I think that'd be pretty interesting to see. So you get a chance to not only play as Gwendolyn in her play style, but maybe play as other characters with their unique play style to freshen things up. So they can just give you a variety, just give you that adrenaline rush where you're not feeling like you're just stuck just playing this same particular style over and over again. So to shake things up a bit, I think it'll be pretty interesting to see if they can play as other characters. And I wonder, will they add in other modes like Balls Challenge, where you have leaderboards and everything like that, and I guess you say combo challenges. I think it'll be pretty interesting. We still don't know if it's going to be like a scoring system or not in this game, where you get scored based on your performance or at the end of each level. Maybe you get ranked based on your combos and everything. And it's just good to be back when it comes to these AAA action games. We haven't seen these in a very long time. You know, it's not some big open world experience. It's going to be like a linear experience, but of course you're going to have your, you know, different routes where you can explore these particular linear, you know, areas. But the point of it is not about the exploration. It's about the action itself and also the focus of the story. So I'm definitely looking forward to see where this game is going to go. So as far as are we going to start seeing less Soulsborne game? Well, that's going to be that's remain to be seen. But the fact is that we're seeing games coming back that's making a resurgence. When it comes to Ninja Gaiden 4 that's coming out, we have Soul Decide that's coming out, and now we have Tides of Annihilation that's about to hit the AAA space. It's looking really, really good. So people who are into action games, more specifically character action games, you guys are definitely going to be eating. I'm definitely going to give this game a try. I'm looking forward to it, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Or are you looking forward to this game, or do you think this game is kind of generic, or do you think that this game really, really has something going for itself? And what aspect of the trailer that you saw or the gameplay that you saw that really stuck out to you the most? So if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.